All right, now getting to the Nuggets' next game after the Nuggets came off that tough loss to the Portland Trail Blazers on the road. We came back home and got a really nice win and a real quality win over, in my opinion, one of the most underrated teams in the NBA, and that is the Atlanta Hawks. The Nuggets beat the Atlanta Hawks 100-90. Was a great win for us. They're a bona fide top 5 team in the East, and to beat them, shorthanded with no Gallinari in the lineup, that was good to see. And it was a good bounce back win for us, especially coming off that tough loss to Portland and OT at the Rose Garden, and to respond in a big way with a big win over a real good team. Showed a lot about this team. Moved to 35-26 with this win, and 25-7 at home. We shot 49% from the field. I thought we were good all night shooting the ball. Started off a little shaky, looked a little sluggish, but I thought we were able to get in transition, get some high percentage shots, and that ultimately rose our field goal percentage up. The Hawks had a decent night shooting, 40% from the field. You kind of live with that, but they shot 11% from the three-point line. Just missed a couple open threes that usually they're going to hit, but I also thought a perimeter defense on Atlanta was pretty good this game, and forced them to shoot such a poor percentage from the three-point line. And like I said, Atlanta only shoots 10 to 11% from the three-point line in this game. Not a good game for them from outside, shooting the ball from outside. A lot of good things the Nuggets did in this game. Had 22 fast break points. That's kind of this new team. We like to run. We like to get in transition and get into our transition offense, score off of teams' turnovers, and I thought we did a great job of that with the 22 fast break points. That's easy buckets, easy points. You want that. Had 50 points in the paint. Like I said, I thought we had a sluggish start. We're turning in too much of a jump shot team, in the first quarter offensively, but we decided to, attack the basket more so in the next 3 quarters, and it really kept us in the game and eventually got us that lead in the fourth quarter. And I thought we were great. Really attacked the interior of the Atlanta Hawks defense, and we started doing that once Josh Smith went out. He was hurt. I hope he's all right, but he got hurt in the first quarter. Was unfortunately not able to return, and obviously he's probably the Atlanta Hawks' best defender, great shot blocker. And once he kind of went out, we just started attacking the interior of their defense. Held the Hawks to 90 points. I thought that was a great job defensively. I thought we were on point all night. You got to give Wilson Chandler credit for his defense on Joe Johnson throughout the game, just forcing the Hawks into a lot of tough offensive possessions and shots. Thought we did a good job of that. And listen, we hold the Hawks to 90 points. They averaged 96 on the season, so you hold the team 6 points under their average. That's pretty good, and when it's a playoff team, that says something right there. Had 22 assists. That's kind of been another motto or theme with this team, being a more team-oriented offense. I thought we did that here, having 22 assists. Only 6 turnovers. Good to see that. Took care of the ball much better in this game than we did against Portland, and even in a couple of our prior games. And he outscored Atlanta 29-20 in the fourth quarter. Once again, closing games out, winning fourth quarter, something we really didn't do all throughout this season up until now with these new guys, and that was great to see. Fourth quarter defense wins you the game. That leads to easy offense, and I thought we did a great job of that. Only bad thing I thought we did here, allowed 10 offensive rebounds. Still a reoccurring problem with this Nuggets team, allowing teams to have too many second chance possessions, which most of the time leads to second chance points. And you don't want to do that, especially when you play solid defense as we have been playing over these past 6 to 7 games. So we'd like to see the Nuggets shore that up and not allow opposing teams to get so much offensive rebounds. J.R. Smith led the way for us. He had 19.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, shot 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. I like this J.R. Smith. I like when J.R. plays like this. Controlled basketball, takes 10 shots, hits 6 of them, gets to the free throw line 6 times, only takes 4 3-pointers, hits 2 of them, and he really energizes. That's what you want out of JR, taking, for the most part, good shots, attacking the basket, getting to the free throw line, hitting the glass, which he's done great this year. His rebounding has improved with 7 rebounds. Was great on the defensive end as well, 2 blocks. And him and Raymond Felton really ignited this team, led us to a win in that fourth quarter. They came in that late third quarter into the fourth and gave us a huge lift off the bench, and played with a ton of energy, which is what you want out of those 2 guys with them coming off the bench. They both easily have enough talent to be starters, so that's good to have that kind of extra firepower coming off the bench. And when it produces like both Felton and Smith did this game, it was great to see. Raymond and J.R. Smith had a great game. Raymond Felton also had a very good game. His best game, I think, as a Denver Nugget up until this point. He had 16 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds off the bench. Great game for Raymond. I mean, he's really making a case to be the starter over Ty. I thought he was great. I believe he had an alley-oop pass. I think it was to JR or Wilson Chandler. And he was great, 7 of 12 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, attacking the basket all night. That's where Raymond's really effective. He has that nice little floater shot that never looks like it's going to go in, but he consistently has been hitting that all season, and he did it so in this game. Did a good job on the glass with 5 rebounds, shot a nice percentage from the field. And like I said, him and JR came in, really ignited our team, and those two just fed off each other's energy, and it really took a toll in Atlanta with no Josh Smith. We kind of took their soul, if you will, and kind of took their will away, I should say, in that fourth quarter, and it was mainly due to those two guys. Kenny Martin was great, another double-double for him, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 6-11 from the field, only 2 of 7 from the free throw line. Would like to see Kenyon shoot better from the line and a higher percentage, but he's never been a good free throw shooter to begin with throughout his career. But he was great in this game, played with tons of energy and effort, all game on both ends of the court. Did a great job defensively. He's become really a leader of our team with the departure of Chauncey Billups and Carmel, and really I like this Kenny Martin. I like when he steps up. I like how he's become a leader of this team, and does a great job of really facilitating our defense, which is nice to see. Wilson Chandler also had a decent game, 15 points, 5 rebounds for him. That's about his average. Didn't shoot well though, 6 of 14 from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point line. Kind of came on strong there in that third or fourth quarter. But I thought the best thing about his game was not his offense here. It was his defense on Joe Johnson. Really forced Joe Johnson into some tough shots all night. Joe Johnson got going in that second half and mainly that fourth quarter. But throughout the first 3, Wilson Chandler's defense on him was great. So really liked the effort defensively I've seen out of Wilson Chandler. Speaking of Joe Johnson, he led the way for the Atlanta Hawks. He had 22 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, but was 0 of 5 from the three-point line, 10 of 23 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Disappointing night for Joe Johnson shooting the ball, but that was due to the fact, like I said, I thought Wilson Chandler, mainly his defense on Joe Johnson, was great this game. Forced him into a lot of tough possessions offensively, a lot of tough shots. I thought we really pressured Joe Johnson all game from the point of attack, and I thought we did a great job forcing him into contested shots and really never letting him get any good looks. He had some real tough shots in that fourth quarter. Started to get heat up a little bit in the fourth quarter, but it was kind of too little, too late in a way. We pulled away with our offense, and our defense was playing well. And like I said, you can't say enough about Wilson Chandler's defense on him. And Johnson was 0 of 5 from the three-point line. He missed one or two wide open three-pointers, which he's usually going to hit, so we caught a break there. But mainly he shot so poorly because of Wilson Chandler's defense. Al Horford had a great game, showed why he was an all-star this year. 21 points, 16 boards for him, 4 assists, 2 steals. The block was all over the place. I thought he was great on both ends of the court. Did a great job on the glass. Got, I think, 5 offensive rebounds in this game. Created a lot of second chance opportunities for himself and the Hawks in general offensively, and got a lot of easy looks at the rim. Most of his shots were set open shots. I mean, Al Horford has a pretty good mid-range game for a big guy, and we just never rotated over on him. Our big guys or overall our just whole defense must have had a lack of communication or breakdown in our rotations, because Al Horford, mainly all his shots he took were right at the rim off offensive rebounds or set shots. So that's why he shot such a high percentage. He was 10 of 15 from the field. Just not a good job on our part. Al Horford capitalizing on bad rotations on our part. But unfortunately for him, Joe Johnson didn't shoot well, like I mentioned, and we really shut down everyone else around them. And Marvin Williams had a decent game, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block for him. Did a good job defensively, but was 4 of 14 from the field, 0 of 3 from the three-point line, excuse me, and 5 of 6 on the free throw line. Once again, I thought our defense was good on him, forced him into a lot of tough shots, and he didn't shoot well. And that really hurt the Hawks, that Joe Johnson didn't shoot well, and that Marvin Williams didn't shoot well, and even Jamal Crawford had a bad game. They just didn't get a lot of production out of any of their other guys besides Horford and even Johnson, but it came in the fourth quarter, which hurt them. So great win for us over a bona fide playoff team. The Hawks are a great team. It's great to get a win for them. And the Nuggets moved to 35-26 with this win and 25-7 at home.